If you feel like you're not seeing as many bookings or your sales are decreasing, then definitely watch this video. I'm going to be sharing with you what to do during the slower seasons as a solo esthetician. Fall, winter season can tend to be slower, but when implementing the right strategies, you can also see the highest revenue that you've had throughout the year. I know this happened for us last year. November, we hit one of our highest months in revenue, and I just wanted to share with you what we did last year as well as what I'm doing new this year to then hopefully see even better results for our clients and to see more clients coming through the door and just propel us into 2026. So if that interests you at all, grab that pen and paper and continue watching. Last year, I did a video called How to Prepare for Peel Season. I think that video is not being seen enough by you guys because I dropped some real gems in that video last year about what we were implementing into our practice that I really do believe really helped us get through this season and allowed us to hit one of our highest earning months of revenue in November of last year. And so I'm aiming to do the same this year with the same strategy. So be sure to watch that video. I rewatched it and I think it's great. First things first is we are entering into what's called peel season. We are actually starting this a bit earlier this year. I think because one, we were on top of just our quarterly touch bases and planning things ahead of time. So by the time we were coming and planning this season, we were a bit more ahead of the game. And so we've already been prepping our clients. In the month of August, we started talking to clients about this. So if you're watching this in the future, keep this in mind for next year. So don't beat yourself up if you weren't on top of this year. You can save this and remind yourself to rewatch this video maybe like mid-year next year so that you can be on top of it. We also started prepping our clients in the month of August and September. We did a very light treatment that still was going to prepare their skin for a deeper treatment. And we are going to be starting peels a little bit earlier. So we're going to be aiming to do it in October and November. That way, our clients are nice and healed up and glowing for Christmas and New Year's. So they did find that last year we started a little too late and we were trickling into the holidays themselves. And most people were like traveling and they didn't want to be peeling. At least I know for me too, personally, I didn't want to be healing when I was taking like Christmas pictures with my family. So I think that this strategy will be a lot better for clients to be able to also stick with it because again, they're traveling, they're busy, spending time with their families and shopping and the craziness of the holidays, of course. And so we want to set them up for success. So we are also, making this a little bit of a simpler process. As last year, we tried out a couple of different series of peels. We used the skin script peels specifically. And although I do really enjoy the results we saw from that, we do feel like it was a bit of a longer stretch for our clients to stick to. I am still going to be offering the Skin Script series this year, but I'm going to be offering an alternative for other clients who maybe are a little bit more on a time constraint and they're traveling a lot. And so I'm switching it up in that sense where I'm giving them options versus saying, hey, this is the only one. You have to do this or you can't do it at all. I'm giving them choices. Diversify what you're offering. Make everyone feel included in some way, even if someone is not ready or eligible to do a peel, still maybe offer some sort of package for them to then purchase ahead of time. And that also really helped us in revenue as well during this season, was having people pre-book and also re-up on their products for the peel season and just the treatments that they'll be receiving. You want to make sure that they are stocked up on their skincare. And so we really just offered multiple packages, a group of products at a discounted rate, or they could purchase them a la carte at full price. So switch it up. Give them that reminder that home care is extremely important to be able to see the best results even after and during this peel season. So we're really pushing that. Also have decided to launch memberships this year. And we didn't have this last year, so I'm really curious to see how it's going to go this year. But I do believe that when you are encouraging your current clients to stick around, then that's going to ensure that revenue is going to be coming in and that you then can just focus on increasing the current revenue that you have and that you're not going back and forth, trying to replace clients, but then also trying to get new clients. You want to keep your clients that you currently have coming in the door. So I think offering memberships will be a really great strategy for that. And I can go deeper into that if you want me to share more in another video. But we have been promoting this and it seems to be intriguing our regular clients. And with that being said too, we are also doing a price increase. So maybe this is the time for you to really consider, hey, am I profiting enough? Have I purchased some new devices that maybe then I should be charging a bit more for? So go ahead and just like reevaluate your menu and your offerings and ask yourself, like, is it time for a price increase? And it doesn't need to be anything crazy. Put value on your time and your worth as an esthetician, especially if you are someone who is a bit more experienced and you feel like you have something unique to offer, and pair that with the memberships. I've been able to frame this really nicely to our clients saying, hey, you know, we are doing a price increase, but to offset that, to encourage commitment and encourage you to stick to our practice and also receive benefits from this, we are offering memberships. And so it kind of gives them that choice of, hey, you know, do I want to just pay the price increase, or do I want to commit to something more long term? Consider upgrading some devices. I know that might be a little counterintuitive because you're like, well, I'm trying to increase revenue, not spend it, right? But I do feel like ever since we have kept adding more new and amazing devices to our practice, it has only attracted more people into the door. So last year, we added in the Verstan HD from Zemetz, the hydrodermabrasion device. That really created a buzz. Now this year, we got the Zemetz VeriFace along with a few other cool tools. And I do feel like that has continued to keep our practice up to date and people coming back. And so the VeriFace has been a really great tool too, as well as to prepare that conversation for peel season. And doing these scans on our clients has allowed us to have real data to go off of. And I think people have gotten excited to be like, hey, you know, I want to see the numbers and I want to see those change, and I want to see how peels specifically. And I keep telling them, like, trust me, peels are going to be a game changer. So I'm excited to see what results could come from using this device. Again, it's already made our current clients excited. I actually had people coming in recently that were like, oh, I saw this device on your page, and that actually really intrigued me to book with you guys. So I'm telling you, instantly to your current clients, it's going to offer more options and more things to book. We do offer now a 2-hour service, and I do believe that really has increased revenue for us as well. To offer this to your current clientele and upgrade them to a longer and more expensive service. That way you're not out trying to search for more people, you're just upgrading your current ones. And I do feel like having a variety of these devices has helped us do that. Again, something maybe that's a little counterintuitive is to take classes. You guys know I've been pushing our September training. Unfortunately, that's already closed and done for this year, but I know a lot of you have expressed interest in us offering this again. Not going to put an official date just yet or say for sure that it's going to be the same exact curriculum, because of course, you know, I'm always trying to improve things and change things based on the feedback. But from the interest that we've received, I do plan on trying to offer this again around the same time of the year. Start saving now, but because of what the knowledge and the insight and the perks that are coming with this training, and how I do truly believe it's going to transform your career as much as it has transformed mine and solidified our business. You know, we've been in business now for 5 years, and I do believe what I'm teaching in this class is very, very valuable. And so start saving, start putting little pennies away now, because this time next year, I'm pretty sure I'll be offering some sort of class, whether it's the same one or a different one. But I do believe this time of the year is a great time of the year to then also continue to invest in your education and upgrade your skills. And I promise you that alone, just sharing you going to trainings and whatnot, will attract more people to you. Also, to then work on projects maybe that you've been putting off. Maybe you have the desire to start to create other resources for estheticians. Probably most likely, if you're a solo esthetician, you're an entrepreneur at heart, you are thinking of different ways to increase your value as an esthetician to the community. And if that's something that has been planted in your heart, I encourage you during this season where it might be a little slower, where you might have a little more time on your hands, that this is also a time that's going to increase your creative abilities. I also need you to just switch your mindset and not get discouraged when we reach months that are a little slower, because sometimes there's a reason. Sometimes the universe has a reason to slow things down for you, because maybe life is just getting too quick pace for you and you're losing sight of your vision. So use this time to reevaluate, use this time to spark that creativity again, and maybe think, hey, you know, what other projects could I work on to then diversify my income? That way I don't feel this hit. And I will say, for me, offering the class that I'm offering I'm really happy because September usually is kind of a slower month for us. And now that we have this training going on, it's keeping me motivated and it's keeping me excited to keep working and be consistent with posting. Like I mentioned, your creativity is probably able to express itself a little bit more when it is slower because you don't have as much going on and you're not just going. And so use this time to try to pick back up on creating content and posting consistently, because I'm telling you, everything that you are going to be posting right now during this season will build momentum up for the following year. I can say full-heartedly that everything that we did last year has propelled us and allowed us to perform and earn what we have done this year. And this year has been incredible, y'all. I know you guys have been probably watching and observing, and even I'm just in awe of the things that have happened this year. And I do truly believe it's because of the things that I've been teaching you on my channel. You know, if you follow me on YouTube, you guys are the real supporters, and I truly, truly appreciate you. Even though I love Instagram and TikTok and all those other platforms, I do feel like YouTube has just had a special place in my heart. And I really have shared like the best gems here on this platform. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button because a lot more is coming. I really, truly try to share things as I'm testing them out, at the things that have worked for me. And that's kind of what I'm sharing in this video, that hopefully will then increase sales for you and keep you motivated. And last little gem I'll drop in here is also to just cut out any fluff. You know, if you've been doing services that just don't have, you know, give you that spark, or it's costing you extra money and it's not really bringing any real revenue into your practice, I encourage you to do a little audit of your services and just ask yourself, hey, are these things still things that I want to offer, or is it costing me more? I know in the beginning we want to do it all, right? Because it's just fun and exciting. But as you start to, you know, become a more seasoned esthetician, you realize, like, you know what, I don't need to offer it all. I think it's okay. So do a little audit of that, as well as do a nice little deep cleaning of your space. We accumulate a lot of products and things that just end up sometimes sitting in our drawers and closets and whatnot. So do a nice little cleaning during the slower season. Again, I know it could seem like, how is this going to help increase revenue? But I'm telling you, a lot of these small micro habits and practices then also clear up the energy and allow you to think clearer, to be more creative, to reignite that spark in you. And again, maybe even just refocus on your own results too. You know, me and Kristen have been working and doing facials on each other all year. We've been on top of that. We're also doing peels on each other. In the last couple weeks, we've been, you know, trying some new things. And I just went to my doctor today and he was like, your skin's looking good. Like, what have you been doing? So again, you're your best billboard. So if you're not also then feeding and watering yourself, people won't notice as much. And when you are glowing and you're excited and you got good things going on, people are going to gravitate towards you. Actually just did a podcast with a friend this past week, and I talked a lot more about, you know, kind of the lifestyle and mindset behind all of this, because I do believe that that's super important as well. So hopefully this was a nice little nudge for you, a reminder, again, that you're not alone, and this doesn't have to be a season that, you know, you feel like you're going to crumble under the pressure. Like, this really could be the best season you've ever had, and that push and that catapult for you to only become a better esthetician. So I love you so much. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.